Welcome back, Reyes enthusiasts. My name is Nestor Escobales. You probably remember me from the Engineering Fundamentals sessions. We're now getting ready for week 5. I'm sure you're having as much fun as we are. A quick recap on week 4. We had a couple of fundamentals of engineering talks. We had physics, lots of physics, Python, Einstein and relativity, racial discrimination, trivia night, and today we will have another fundamentals of engineering talk. Please don't miss it. Let's now hear from Raul Piseño to talk about what we have ready for you on week 5.
All right, thank you so much, Nestor. So if you're wondering what you're looking at, this is my hometown of beautiful Caracas, Venezuela. And so let me show you what week 5 is going to look like. So we have a busy, packed schedule as always. The very first talk of the week, I'm very excited about because my very, very good friend, Max Hansen, also my closest collaborator. He's a staff scientist at CERN. And so he's going to be giving us a talk about the present, past, future of the world's largest and baddest microscope. So this is bound to be an exciting talk, so please join it. Next, we're going to have yet another topic related to NASA, and my colleague Orlando is going to tell us about this.
All right. Hi, how are you? My name is Orlando Ayala, and following the pattern that Raul said, what you see behind me is my hometown, Puerto La Cruz, also from Venezuela. This is a better city than Caracas, by the way. So we have a talk for NASA. From our colleague Marile Colon Robles. You were gonna like, she's an expert in cloud physics and all that. So she'll talk about that on Monday at 2 p.m.
Good. All right. Thank you so much, Orlando. So then we're going to continue on our Python for Physics course. We're a little more than halfway through the course. You guys have been doing a great job of engaging with me and Ted and our wonderful TAs. We've been having tons of fun just watching your code development. And so continue to engage with us. We have a lot more fun projects for you to play with. After this, we're gonna have one of our many panels on diversity topics, and Giovanna Gennard, the chair of REYES, is gonna tell us about it.
Thanks, Raul. So for the people in color and STEM panel, we're going to have an opportunity to hear from our faculty in engineering and sciences. All of these faculty members come from underrepresented groups and are considered minorities in their fields. So they will share their educational and career journeys, and their hope is to inspire people like you who are a future generation of students.
Wonderful, great. And then after that, we're going to have our first panel in Spanish, completely in Spanish. And this is going to be for those of you that are much more fluent in Spanish or much more comfortable in Spanish, or perhaps you want to practice your Spanish. So come join us. We're going to have a panel of faculty, and even we're going to have a representative from the Embassy of Mexico in the United States. So please join us for that. And then after this, we're going to have a talk from one of our professors here at ODU, Narketa Sparkman-Key. She's an associate professor in counseling and human services. She is a amazing force and amazing force within the college, within the university. And she's going to be telling us about unconscious biases, recognizing personal bias and how it impacts others. So this is bound to be a great talk. So please join us for this. After this, we're going to have one of our engineer talks, and we're going to have my colleague Orlando come back and tell us about this.
Sure. So in this one, we're going to, Dr. Oscar Escobales, who is also part of the REYES team, and I'm pretty sure you've seen him in previous weeks. He'll talk about what computer engineering is and what electrical engineering is. He's the chair of that department. He's the current chair of that department. He had a lot of experience, so he'll share with you what is it that it implies, what is it that you're going to study, what is it that you're going to cover, why it's important for the industry, what are the different research topics that department is carrying on. I believe we'll have some students as well. They'll give you some perspective on their own perspective of that career. So don't miss that out, because you might want to go into that career.
Great. And then after this, we're going to have a course that takes place in 2 different days. And Orlando's going to tell us about this.
Sure. So this one is given by my colleague, Dr. Shen, from the Department of Computational Modeling and Simulation Engineering, which, by the way, that was the first department in the United States, the first computational modeling and simulation department in the United States. He'll be talking to you, he'll be teaching you about modeling, about 2D gaming. So he'll use a software called Game Maker. Some of you will have access, will have a one-to-one discussion with them, and many of you will be just watching over, learning on how to use this Game Maker. And the game will be related to the coronavirus.
Okay, great. It's bound to be a lot of fun, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to have a talk from Professor Kelly that Giovanna is going to tell us about.
Thanks, Raul. So in this session, Professor Michelle Kelly is going to talk about research about combat veterans and how the emotions of guilt, shame, and also an inability to forgive themselves place them at higher risk for suicide and other health risk behavior. So for anybody who's interested in health psychology and exploring this research, it's really important work that's being done, and we encourage you to participate.
Okay, so last but not least, the last talk of the week is going to be by Felipe Ortega Gama, who's a grad student in William & Mary. He came to work with us in Jefferson Lab through an exchange program that we have with the University of UNAM. And what he's going to be telling us about is about the role that symmetries play in physics, which is directly tied to the research that he and I do in conjunction with many other people. So this is bound to be an exciting and fun talk. And so for the last words, I'm going to turn it to my colleague, Nestor. So take it away, Nestor.
Thank you, Raul, and thank you to everyone in the team for talking about what's going to be happening on week 6. As a reminder to everyone, visit our REYES website to download videos and presentations. Yes, everything is available for you after the fact. Also, keep in mind that our schedule follows Eastern time. So next week, join us. See you then.